Alright guys, Georgia wins it 73-64 over South Carolina. The Hoop Dogs are gonna go dancing. Absolutely incredible performance. Georgia played great the whole first half. Kind of slipped there in a little bit in the second half. But with about 7 or 8 minutes to play, Silas Demery 2-pointer, Blue Cane 3-pointer, Blue Cane 3-pointer, dagger. Game over. Georgia took control in the second half when they needed to. Absolutely wonderful. Georgia is going to go dancing for the first time since 2015. Still have to play Vanderbilt and still have to win a game in the SEC tournament. Now, it's interesting because you think about it, Georgia's getting hot, folks. They've won 3 in a row, 2 on the road. They beat Florida, they beat Texas, now they beat South Carolina. Beat Vanderbilt, that's 4 in a row. You might go on a run, and look, it's going to be very hard to win the SEC tournament, just not for Georgia, but for literally every other team in the conference. So how about Georgia goes to the SEC tournament and wins 3 or 4 games? That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful if Georgia could go in the SEC tournament and win 3 or 4 games. Or just even 1 or 2 really, but Georgia's going to be in the tournament regardless. I cannot believe this. Georgia basketball will be in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2015, looking for their first win since 2002, if you don't count that in 1996, but incredible. Wow. I'm speechless. I have no words. Georgia baseball got the win over High Point today, 8-4. Kind of struggled for there for a little bit, but eventually Georgia pulled away and they beat High Point. But absolutely the main thing today is basketball. I can't believe it. Georgia is going to go dancing. Georgia Southern is tied 3-3 to Charleston Southern right now in baseball too. So what a week. What a last 7 days this has been for University of Georgia fans. You had the game against Florida, the comeback against State, the game against Texas, and then really the entire Florida Gulf Coast series in baseball. Walked off on game 1, run ruled game 2, walked off game 3, and then walked off game 4. I mean, it was... And then tonight, Georgia beat South Carolina. Georgia sweeps South Carolina for the first time since 2016. Georgia beat them in Athens, beat them in South Carolina, to beat them in the SEC tournament, so they played 3 times. J.J. Frazier for Georgia, Kenny Gaines, Nimi Jurisic, those guys swept Carolina, and now this team sweeps Carolina. So think about it, 2 Georgia seniors, unless they play in the NCAA tournament, the SEC tournament, Tyron Lawrence and Dakota Lafewa had never lost to South Carolina at Georgia. Incredible. What an incredible day. I'm so proud of this program. This team deserves this so much. The fan base really deserves this as well. I mean, you think about Georgia basketball fans have been through everything. And I told somebody this just a few minutes ago before I got the camera. I said, this program went 6-26 3 years ago. I absolutely cannot believe that they're at the point now where they're going dancing in March. It's just incredible. It is incredible. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. It's wonderful. Georgia is going to go dancing in the NCAA tournament. Now, still have to finish the regular season versus Vanderbilt. A very early game, 12 o'clock to 11:35 airtime with Scott, Chuck, Adam, and Luke in the game. And then you got SEC tournament. But, I mean, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. I can't believe Georgia did this. I can't believe Georgia is going to go to the NCAA tournament. Shout out Silas Demery. Shout out Asa Newell. I mean, these guys have paved the way. Blue Cane, Dakota Lafew, R.J. Godfrey, Santos Surreal. They have paved the way for Georgia to make the NCAA tournament. Shout out Mike White and the coaches too, because after that Texas A&M game, things looked sloppy. After Missouri, things looked sloppy. Georgia had to get their crap together, and they had to get it together quick. And they did. They beat Florida, they beat Texas, and now they beat South Carolina to almost officially go to the NCAA tournament. I love this program. I love this program. I love Georgia basketball. This program is the best at UGA. It is the best in the world. It's an incredible feeling. I can't believe it. Final score, Georgia 73, South Carolina 64. Georgia is going to go dancing in March. they will be playing in the NCAA tournament. Just an incredible feeling. This is incredible. I mean, 3 years ago, crying after the Arkansas or Tennessee game, because I wanted just to see them win another game, and tearing up after the 2018-19 Missouri game because I just want to see them play one more game. 2020 versus Vanderbilt, being upset. I just want to see them play one more game. Georgia will absolutely, without a doubt, be playing just one more game this year. So, it's always so heartbreaking to me when our season ends in the SEC tournament. And that's another story for another day. I've always said the SEC, the college basketball has the most brutal ending of any season you could ask for because it just abruptly ends right there. But that's a story for another day. How about them Georgia Bulldogs? How about those Georgia Bulldogs? They are going to the NCAA tournament. It is not official yet, but it more than likely is going to happen. So celebrate it. Got to play Vanderbilt. We still have to beat Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a great team. Mark Byington, former Georgia Southern Eagle head coach, has done a great job remastering that program. Oh my goodness. Rebuilding that program to the point they need to be. They're competing. They're going to be in the NCAA tournament too, but Georgia Bulldogs will be going dancing in March. How about them Georgia Bulldogs? It is wonderful to be a Georgia basketball fan. So I'll leave you with that. The final score, Georgia 73, South Carolina 64. Georgia going to the NCAA tournament. How about them Hoop Dogs, baby?
Unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.